We are inside stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Wentz now on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead. I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First carried out for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Finding Hilton on the slant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You got to find your tight end in that situation.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. He'll buy some time right. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Just block the running back and make sure that you roll in the direction of the throw. As soon as he gets inside the safety, the bullet heads it over the top. You can see you get behind him.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Control back is quick. Now here, the safety does run back. Basically, I'm just waiting for this guy. Once he gets
no score after one on EA Sports.
See, I actually kind of think that one early, but you can see the 70 piece.
A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal.
So once he gets past that,
oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Pretty much any zone. I mean, man or zone. But against man, your tight ends are going to be good. Against zone, you're going to have a lot of success as well. So we're going to come through the lot just to show you guys that you can basically just run this. And like a lot of plays that I'm showing, we're basically just kind of reading.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start on the ground with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming out.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
That's pretty much the best way to put it. Typically that left guard will pull and get to that second level right there. You didn't quite get enough. But that's pretty much going to be your look. The only other look you're going to want is like right here, you can see they're kind of spread. I'd rather flip this though. We have a lane here. And you can see we have additional blocking, so we should have somebody get to that second level. You can treat this like a stretch right there. I messed it up by hitting.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
I find that the best one's going to be a spread alignment or...
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A first down carry by Elliott. Again, he finds an opening. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 53 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those 2 in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Try to take it outside. Without a doubt, this is the top space that you have gaps. There's a lot of defenses now. Some defenses not more than others. You can see you can really have a lot of success. Just get to the next level. But that guard, typically in your fight, is the outside. They're not doing a pretty good job there. Plus, these guys, well, you don't have to make this guy.
Now Elliott. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game.
And one of those three should be just got every single time here. I should go a little bit earlier, but you can see it's just exactly crazy. Looks like we have the PAX versus.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And taken down just past the 20 and about the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
B-route straight up with the RB route drag for a check down. As far as the blocking adjustment, that's not really mandatory for the play. I'm just doing that because I find that was best.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Flushed out right. He's got it to Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Number 2, you have to wait for him to pass 35 yards, which is right about here. So once he does that,
to throw is Wentz. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Okay.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. And that is caught. One catch inside the 5. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. Flush to his right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
You have your stretch play, but you can't flip it. So it's not like the other play. You have to hold the button
to throw, it's Wentz.
Good shit, good shit.
He holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. To try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone.
Probably the best run playing formation. You can see how the receiver pulled the linebacker out a lot of times. Away from the line script based off of what you're looking for.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. First down, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down throw for Prescott. This one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
XP.com for the cheapest coins on the market. And use discount code ONESHOT for an additional 5% off your next order.
And we welcome you back alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Pollard to return from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take as much as you want.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Again, it's Elliott.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Prescott from the gun. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
Ooh.
One that's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker.
I got you, baby.
An interception return for a Colts TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in there. Right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play here for Dallas.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just getting the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd down and 3. They go to Elliott again.
Get up there, get up there.
And that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA
Yeah, right, bruh.
But this receiver is not really good enough to make it do this. That's what he did as well. So,
You want to quit now.
Only way to get the lead here.
And then they're both going away from the cover and safety, so you can also make sure you make the throw to whoever's furthest away from whoever's not going to cover and safety. Except we got the wide post. Against cover 2, all you have to do is streak the tight end. I can put the running backs on blocks if I want to. Motioning out Jackson and motion snapping as well will help him get an acceleration boost, and he's going to be a really big play over the top of cover 2 cornerbacks and outside the safety because Zach Ertz is pulling the safeties in with the streak, and that's pretty much it. As far as that goes for cover 2. Against cover 1, streak the X route, block your running backs, motion to Sean, and he's going to get a little bit of a speed boost. Enough that if you float the ball up, you can out sprint the receiver and get a big play for one big touchdown. Next up, we have on the iPhone 8 slot, PA flood and check. Against cover 3, because of the off formation, the way it's offset like this, for some reason, the way they align this is pretty weird. So it's actually pretty easy cover 3 one-play touchdown if you can get protection, which I should have. I mean, I had 2 guys blocking absolutely nobody. But either way, I mean, there should typically be plenty of protection since they're over time. Like I said, these 2 guys over here just standing here with their hands in their pockets. And then, like I said, you just blow it and pass it away, similar to the way that you would be in the cover 4. Next up on the iPhone 8 slot, we have the PA wide throwback.
PA sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is Tony Pollard. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
This is the only stretch play sometimes that you have in certain playbooks, so it's going to be the best one that you can use. The B route here is going to be good against off covers like cover 3, cover 4, where there's not going to be a back in the area. So if you have something like that, you can do that.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Shifts by him at the 25. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Before the safety got down, but it ultimately doesn't matter. It is average, by the way. But like I said, trust me, that's going to be the best way to go. It's actually a decent run. I mean, off coverage like cover 3 is a pretty decent one, too. As you can see right here, the quarterback's playing off the same. So it's a really good cover 3, cover 4. Except we got the halftime stretch. Stretch plays are best against off coverage, cover 3s.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Like I said, off coverage is going to be best. Cover 2 is typically more.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. The offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Bad pass, bad pass.
Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I think the drag route was pretty open, too. So I'll run that one more time. Reset the drag will be a big play. The drag takes a little while to get across. Might be used a little bit more often than the tight end's route was, which is why I typically don't hit the tight end.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Murray fighting.
There we go. There we go.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. He'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with an idea. Slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, was able to make the sure catch, and put the down marker back to 1.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Here's Murray. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 40.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
A run by Cowboys, first down, and a good one, as he'll get about 7 here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Murray off play action. On the move to his left. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Murray a give. This is Connor. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. On 2nd and 9, Murray being chased out left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They fake the handoff, now Murray.
Gave it right to him.
For a Cardinals touchdown.
Good shit.
Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point good by Prater. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
Motion the fullback over a little bit. That's what we're going to do. It's just to get inside run. Inside runs are really solid this year. And especially for this particular gap.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And a 6-yard gain gets right around the 43.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got an open man. It's It's Michael Gallup, and he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. Steps away to his left. Reception made by Green. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached. Being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Quarterback draw. Another play, if you're spreading your opponent out, they're not going to expect too many run plays. So a good quarterback draw is something that's going to definitely keep them on their toes. You can see the receivers.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Osa Odighizuwa busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The first down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. From the gun, Murray. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Osa Odighizuwa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Left side to Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25.
That's pretty much it. I'm going to roll away from the drama, and we're just going to get an easy throw over the top. So he's really at the short.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. Sidney, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On play action, it's Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
2nd and 9. Throwing, Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Another play, just motion and Deshaun on a streak. You could put the A on a drag, but ultimately I'm just waiting for that quarterback to fail again.
Prescott now from the 50. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And again, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. Play action now. Prescott. And it's behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Elliott running right. Down right around the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. 10th carry now for Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
They'll try again with Elliott. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. The lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And is this intercepted?
Good game.
Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
This guy here just doesn't get caught in his athletic on Facebook. If something got the stretch of it,
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Just have to wait for the D-route to cross that safety.
Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Prescott to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth.
The catch. But it is what it is there. So if I ever do the...
Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's more on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Murray. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Dancing to his left.
Oh, you supposed to touch that, bro.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Down 4 late, gotta go for it here on fourth down. Now Murray's gotta have this one. And caught, right side, Green.
And the B route will be a good cover 2 play to the outside. Being a real fast receiver, needs to be going with Sean Jackson here. Had an opportunity, but if you really want to catch run space, you got to run it to the open side of the field. Let's run into it one more time. So you see right there. I mean, it's a big play. Next up, we get the bench corner stop against cover 2. Streak the A route, put the Y route on a drag, and the B route's going to get open. Top of it. It's not the easiest throw to make. I mean, you got to pass lead up and drop it in the bucket, but it's a good play. Next up, we got the jet sweep. So we got a good play at the edge here. You know, like I said, I mean, I'm going to out sprint these guys one way or the other and typically get a decent gain. The way this blocking sets up, you don't typically want to take this short like some plays. It's best to take it short. This is a play where you have to get outside pretty much every time because it's just good.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Next up, we got the bench switch. So this player here, if it's a cover 3,
they'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. The catch made by DeAndre And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now Murray off play action. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd and 10, Murray being chased out left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Put the A-Route, street motion up, A-Route. A-Route's going to be so he gets outside, press, pull it, pass it outside. Really easy cover, keep that good chunk play. Not a safe catch. Make sure he doesn't fall down. Next, I get the jet sweep.
To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray steps away to his left. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
He's still not really in position. You see, it's just, I could throw it right here in the goal pass, but I'm trying to get a touchdown. So, Kings cover 3, streak A, streak Y. Put the X route on the smart route. The short route. And the Y route.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Let's look at that half stretch.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Well, that's fine because I'm going to that cross out. So, delivering that. So, like I said, you have to play either way. Like I said, it's man. You're running to the right, and then someone to the left. And you're that man coverage. So, there's nothing really out there. I'm going to shut that. I've got to have that.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
There's something to have back one week. This play is really consistent behind the receivers. A lot of times, you just get a hole right there, left the middle. But you can also treat it on a stretch play and take it to the outside. Really, that's the formation we're looking at. I've been running this against something that's a little bit more.
2nd and 11. The give is to Elliott. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level. The quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
against cover 2, it should be enough. You can motion across.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. Rolling to his left. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And this is
good shit.
Intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
We're scoreless after 1. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Again to Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
The run by Elliott, a good one on 1st down as he's able to pick up about 6 there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And we will have a Cowboys 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And the pressure will bring it down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
We need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Cardinals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
On second down, Elliott once more. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cards go with nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down. Looking to throw, Prescott.
That might be it. Motherfucker, good shit. Good shit, good shit. We played too much.
So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
A final shot before half from Murray. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaud.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaud. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is
can't get away, and he's taken down.
My fault.
Chandler Jones getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Come on, Dad. What the fuck is you doing?
Deep ball.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
I love that play call right there. What a design. Awkward down to an I-4 formation. Looks like he had
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you're not clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. First carry for James Conner.
Get this up, fellas.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Out to his left. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment. Much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job seeing he got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
You got to pick that off, cuz.
Down, it's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray, sliding out of the pocket. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And on the stop, DeMonte Casey. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time for this offense to move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Very interesting the way this game has changed from last year, team. Not just offensively, think about how defense has changed. Last year, the net was
from the gun, Murray steps away. And he slides and covers up at the
Why
end.
ain't y'all tackle
He's
this
gonna pick up
motherfucker?
decent yardage. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold it for a short gain when he took off running.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Murray now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals will extend their
Played
lead.
around too
Well,
much.
that was absolutely
Oh, he
ideal
went for
them,
2.
wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Yep, that'll definitely do it.
Good defense from Chase. Hendricks in the backfield making the play, but J-Wall behind the 8 ball.
We'll play one more though and try to use our motherfucking page. Goddamn it.
You saw right there, Ramos. Like I said, that's a guy under 6 feet. He's probably not making that play, but you have a beast out there like Moss or Calvin Johnson. These things matter. I remember at 19, my game versus kids, we were in salary cap mode. I had a 6'6", 10-cap DN out there, and in the spot, just out there, and he made a crazy pick. That was a difference maker in the game. So these
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. A clash of 2 of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they picked up the first down. But I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped. And I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that ball.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball. Deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
Now Carr. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
$7,500 game mountain inside Pizza Hut Stadium. Shout out to Pizza Hut for sending the crew over. Yeah, listen, I told my wife we were getting Pizza Hut. Her response was, thank God,
so they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devontae Casey. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own
own 2-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
They're up big in this tournament. Now J-Ball's up big, 17-3 going into halftime.
Got a lot when you get to look up at the scoreboard to see you went on a 1-play, 2-yard drive. That means
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff left to Elliott. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give to Elliott running left. Escapes the defender. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete.
If you were me, you do this too.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Still plenty of time left for the Packers. Club champion. We need a break. We saw way too much football in that first half. So, start over to Katie Everett.
Hey, thanks, Nick. Take a break. Take another bite of that red stick pizza.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This take it in at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the
Good game. Let's roll up another one.
Gets with a lot of trouble.
17-3 at the half. J-Wall with the lead. Ty, this isn't exactly.
Ukraine. The Pentagon tonight criticizing Vladimir Putin's decision to put his nuclear forces on alert as, quote, unnecessary and escalatory. Tonight, Russian forces are pushing deeper into Ukraine, but Ukrainian resistance has reported
Hey, what's up? This your boy. What?
Yo, what's good, game?
Be a common thing right now with a lot of the Zazas that are very bag appealing, but not very stanky. And I don't know why that's so common. I'm not sure why this is a common trend, but it seems like people are more stuck on the look. They eat with their eyes, so to speak, than with the nose and the actual flavor. So myself, and I feel like these guys here, we like good flavors. It's a big thing for me. P was a little bit let down on the recent harvest, and it looks pretty. So I'm assuming it's because the flavor's not back in, correct?
Right. Yep. It's bland. It's wheat. It's nothing special. As we'll dive into it, the critical stages of flower where you're really packing in some of those terpenes those later weeks. I wasn't able to feed. I was in Vegas living it up, and so yeah, direct impact. It's where does the element of trying to dial in your taste start? Does it start when you plant the seed? Does it start when you're training your plant? Does it start at the beginning of flower? Does it start at flush? Does it start at the cure? These are things I want to hash out today and try to get behind it all. So
it's a good one. It's a good one.
I think one of the first common misconceptions that we come across is the nutrients that are fed to the plant, right? It's often said that organic fertilizers are going to provide a better terpene profile than synthetic fertilizers. I think we've discussed this on a episode before. That is a myth. There's no, actually I just got off.
Nice.
Just finished a episode with Dr. Bruce Bugby, and I asked him this.
Oh shit, did you really?
Yeah, I asked him if organic fertilizers lead to a better terpene profile. And he says there's no data that suggests that. So as of right now, there's nothing. And we also emphasize that organic amendments are going to break down to the same exact molecules that the plant uptakes, synthetic molecules that are putting in there. So they're going down to the same exact form before the plant is being uptaken. So he says it doesn't make sense for organic fertilizers to have a better terpene profile than synthetics because it's the same molecule being uptaken. So I thought that was interesting.
Man, we've got to see if we can sneak him over here, work your magic, see what we can do, because I got some questions too. That's one I think a lot of people get stuck on is you're going to have a better flavor based on your nutrients. And it really bases down to your macros and your micros. Your plant needs to have how it's uptaken. That's going to be the argument with organic or mineral-based nutrients, dry amendments or bottles. But I still say that you got to have all the micros and macros in your plants to be able to get the best character profile to come out of it. Now, starting with that, I feel like we've dialed back just a pinch. It's genetics, motherfucking genetics. Because, man, I've grown way too many to not realize that the phenotype is a very huge thing. If you don't realize that the phenotype is the most crucial part of that hunt, of trying to get your flavor, then you're fucking up right away. Because I used to do the pick and mix from Attitude, and I'd get 1 or 2 feminized, and I'd pop those for 5-6 years, one at a time. And I'd be, this one's boof, this one's boof, this one's good, this one's boof, all random, throwing shit at the wall hoping something sticks. And realistically, I needed to hunt the correct phenotype. Because you're going to get that character profile that people are saying is the top one when you've got the right phenotype. So I think starting out, you want to seek something that's going to have those terpenes that you're into, the character profile that someone's describing or the breeder's describing. But then you're going to have to realize that you may need a pack of 10, pop all those, and seek that 1 or 2 bangers. And then That's where you're going to end up having the flavor that you can start with. Then there's so many variables to build on there, that are going to make it so they'll make or break what's already there. That's where you can get the best out of it. And I think we should go into that area with the nutrients is a huge part. You're going to be able to go with a 2 or 3 part system and think you're going to get the best out of it when you're not feeding all your micros and macros, just the macros or just the main macros and a couple of the essentials. I don't think that's an option.
Of course not. I think the big difference between the times of today and the times of the 90s is we're not using Miracle-Gro anymore. We've got lines of nutrients that have been specifically tailored to the growth of cannabis, and we're starting to see these bottles or these nutrients, these proprietary lines that are starting to dial in what they think it takes to grow the greatest weed with the best taste and the highest potency. It does start with it starts with genetics. But once you've dialed your genetics and you think you've got what it takes, I do believe it comes with nutrients. You know, if you're not hitting them with the microbes, if you're not hitting it with a good, solid line of nutrients that's tailored for cannabis, a tomato nutrient or a nutrient that's used to grow tomatoes won't be enough. It's not going to meet the specific needs of the plant. At the particular times, too, you know, the veg stage is much different in demanding for nutrients than the flower stage. And the flower stage is much different in demand at the end of flower than it is at the beginning of flower. So having a tailored line of nutrients is definitely a part of the equation as to getting good quality terpenes.
And having controlled stress as well. There's evidence to believe that stress plays a factor in the production of terpenes, cannabinoids, all that stuff, right? So if you have a healthy plant the whole way, like the plant doesn't need to make secondary metabolites, right? That's not its primary function. Secondary metabolites, the trichomes, what we're after, right? The quality with the terpenes, cannabinoids, all that stuff. If you're stressing the plant, there is evidence that you're actually pulling out more and creating more of those cannabinoids, creating more of those terpene profiles. So that's another area of Dr. Bruce Bean's recent studies that he mentioned during my recent podcast episode. I promise it won't be all about it. This isn't going to be all about Dr. Bruce Busby, don't worry.
It should. We need to reference the point where we're talking some shit. It's not all bro science. We got a doctor who's actually saying this stuff. So it's not just us, okay? It's not just us. And Chris is our middleman.
All right.
Facts. And
Ready.
So, thank you. And I'm super excited for that episode, man. I know. Didn't we see you excited jumping up the joy with the kid in the candy store at MJ this time? Did you run it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It was awesome, man. He's a legend, you know.
Yeah.
Huge contributor to this industry for the last 40 years. And he works with NASA, you know, talking about NASA funds him to bring
space age pimp shit right there.
Anyways, back on topic. Sorry.
Back on topic. So with the flavors, you know, we're talking about how the stress does play a factor into it, and that's a lot of what the horticulture side of the old school hippies of my family that I've known. They say rough your plants up a little bit, beat them up a little bit. They're going to react. They like it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Greg Zerline's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
But there's things that do come up that can make it a little bit more fun, you know. I think, though, the environment is a big factor as well. A lot of people will try to maybe change the temperature so it's real cool in there so they can get some more color, or they'll have more of, they're trying to enunciate their flag homes in other areas, and it seems like then they're going to hinder overall the flavor, or they're pushing that plant more, and it'll get a shit on that flavor.
I think
on 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
If you're not controlling that stress, the plant can't pull.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
If you're covering, you're efficient.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right.
Ooh,
First down
fucked
and more
up.
for Jackson. And Jackson going to
Good
have
shit.
the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. He slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Jackson from the shotgun, rolling to his right.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fourth down, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game.
We do it. We've done it our whole career. So when you do like slapping this fucker before he gets smacked in the face. Like people do things out of rhyme and reason. And I think that's a little satisfying. First week, can we drop some knowledge on it? What do we say about that? If you don't mind leaking a little bit before I look at
Well, you know, it's tough because there's things that I say, things that you guys say that...
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Thing that I've heard in the past.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
No shit. Well, here you go. I'll play devil's advocate. That's great. I'll play devil's advocate. You know, if he's only looking at the cannabinoid.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
That philosophy to apply the idea that terpenes are
Right, yes. Yeah, he said there's no evidence, there's no studies being done, but
so that's,
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring him down shy of the 20.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Whether or not there's any conclusive evidence that shows that during that darkness before harvest, there is a proliferation of terpene production, of cannabinoid production. The only particular piece that I'm going to this is what they say is they become more potent.
Prescott.
Good shit.
Hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
You know, so it's really tough to see. I'd rather have Dr. Beef and drop some numbers on that. And this is where legalization sweeping the nation is going to make it a lot easier for us to have exact science.
Pulled in at the 24.
Hearsay on this person does this, that's what this.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
And the main thing with a lot of these things is you can do all this stuff leading up to it. It's great. It's perfect, but at the same time, you still can start at the end and dry and cure.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach.
It's caught
Good
inside
shit.
the 25. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
And you dry your tank out before, and you've seen that people drying it on the tank, like just starting the plant and then it dries.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
I've been seeing this trend more and more people are just
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
Pulled it off. All right, I get you.
J.K. Dobbins, a 13-yard touchdown run, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw, being chased out left. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
I got you.
So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Remaining potential for that pass. I believe if you don't.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far, as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen, because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Pushes him aside at the 45, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They got a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all living on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Here's 2nd and 9.
when it's a T like Buds, it's probably not going to be as much of a long ground here. Because a lot of it is that
they'll try the left side. It's Elliott. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Important, but people mess up often about override quick before they go into that process, and it's like you're trapped that floor for within the play. I've got a buddy for years. I don't know why he does it. I'm fucking screaming about it.
8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
His playing hanging. He's too late. Why do you keep doing this? And this stuff is beautiful. This veteran is
a reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. On third down, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone.
What did you just do, man?
And it'll be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
What did you just do, baby? No.
He was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
After 6 months, it feels it's not doing anything. Personally, if you're just harvesting.
From the gun, it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. But we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And Jackson throwing once more. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
The big loss on first down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. Jackson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
No, you didn't answer the question. What? So ballpark, I'm going to say
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
What we all believe is chlorophyll. You know, you can still kind of taste that chlorophyll when you're, you know, once you drive, smoke right away. Like they said, it's chlorophyll. That taste is usually around 30 days. So 4 to 6 weeks.
Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds here.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And, you know, next thing you know, you've got a freaking recruiter. So, I feel it too. One of the concepts I get is my weak skills are
Good looking out.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
So, it's just an improper drive. And that's why we kind of stressed that those last few weeks, the last couple of
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Too early, too late. I'm telling you, it's a big one, man. Like, I've had my headbanger in particular, they're just trying it out, and I pulled too late, and it looked the best it's ever had. Purple is huge, tri-cones are great, flavor is super good.
10th carry now for Elliott.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
This is my favorite one. And I see the difference.
On 1st down, Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Can't do that.
Yeah, in my experience,
they'll try to throw now. Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that pace now kind of comes and goes and how it happens and so on and so forth.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
So when you open up your jar, you didn't dry it long enough.
Play action. Now Jackson.
typically you can smell it.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit somewhere.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. It's caught, Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard there to make the grab. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2.
Less likely to survive when somebody gets lost without you. You become reliant on your tool.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Man, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
What about the storage, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Right, storage. Zipper carry.
Maintaining at that temperature, not really. You know, you should be putting you should be putting jars
Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Got some room at the 30. And all the way out to the 35-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
My entire harvest, but Vita didn't do shit. They provided a tool, and you used it incorrectly. Now,
the offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left.
I don't think that's strong enough.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
For the purposes of this video, I do not encourage anybody to second the video. Don't do it. But
what I do suggest you do is if you miss something you didn't say. If you're
so from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back and throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Open man is doing.
God damn.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gun check time on both sides. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Where you've interviewed Leighton Smiley a couple of times. So, I think I said that backwards. where Smiley has interviewed Leighton, I believe 3 times. We kind of talked about soil structure.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
Very well at being able to articulate.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
I wanted to get in where we can pick each other's brains. Appreciate the support last week. Leighton, I want to give you the mic. I'm sure you.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
But I did read the comments on those, man. And people are just really supporting you and understanding. And human beings are asking for help. More human beings.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Most people just don't have the balls to talk about that kind of stuff.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
At 4, which was nice. That cultivar was a lot more introspective than psychedelic, so to say. And he left me a ball behind, and I used that for more nights in a row. And
on 3rd down, Dobbins, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Jackson. Flushed out right.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the
which was really appreciated, trust me. It was some dark times.
Good game.
Anyway, let's dive into it because I so appreciate Smiley as a human. And, yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. I was in my garage at the time because he wanted to do it late at night. I didn't want to keep following up with me, talking about stuff that she didn't necessarily want to listen to. But it was a great interview, and I was totally surprised and amazed at the level of knowledge, Smiley, that you.
Some annoying shit online, boy.
Were just incredible.
Gotta learn to get annoying too.
Very much caught me off guard as far as like, wow, where the fuck have you been? So I'm anxious to hear more about your backstory as a farmer grower and how you ended up here at this place in time. So it's not.
What is going on, guys? I'm here with another. Alright, everybody, what's up and welcome to the 420 Happy Hour! I'm your host, I'm your host, Gardner, and I'm here with Scotty Real today for a very special Road Dots exclusive episode here. So,
I hope we have a lot more. We're going to talk Road Dots. I'm going to, we're going to get off track too.
oh yeah, well we without a doubt. But we've got a lot to cover today, so I do just want to give everybody a heads.
Alright, well, we're here with Lindsay from Aloha, Humboldt, and we're going to be talking today about our farm and flowers. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Russ.
Yeah, sorry.
No approach.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Coming up on Garden Talk.
If I feel like I'm off on the schedule or the plan is showing signs of
Batman and obviously into Bruce.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the book of JT, and welcome to the second part of my Carolina Panthers offensive ebook for Madden 20.
I think he's got a slow-ass dude at this contained spot on the left, so I'm going to try to glitch him out and run around it. We'll see. Touchdown. Zach! Get out! 7. Justin! It's ingrained in my brain. I must spin! It's ingrained in my brain! I must spin! Come on! Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind of Throne, a series where we take my head, talk to a full live, raw game of John Madden football, show you what I'm thinking throughout an entire Madden game. You know, rather than reacting to the plays, I'm going to try to talk through them. Now, again, 98 speed, 98 throw power, Mike Vick. This card is awesome.